Oh, families are all dead. I was doing the Charlie Brown teacher voice. Ah, that was a bit of fun, bit of a laugh, lightens the mood. I thought it would be funny to do a whole podcast like that, but also it wouldn't be. It'd be funny. So I discovered something. There's a clip of do you know Charlie Brooker? He's the English guy. He wrote Black Mirror. That guy. I was into him way before Black Mirror. He did this thing called Dead Set. This show. He wrote a show called Dead Set, which was like a 5 or 6 episode series set in the Big Brother house in England. But it's like a zombie apocalypse, and then it centers around like in and around the Big Brother house. It's really good, really funny, really good like zombie thing as well. Because sometimes it's good zombie stuff, but it's not funny, or it's funny, but the zombie stuff sucks. But this is a good mixture of like Shaun of the Dead, but like Charlie Brooker's, sort of biting, witty social commentaries. Anyway, so he had this TV show way back, and I've got all his books. He's written. They're actually collections of his articles that he did for like the Guardian or whatever newspaper he wrote for over here in England. And so they're all collected in books. I've got all of those. Big fan. If you know Charlie Brooker and you watch my videos, you could probably actually go, oh, he's just trying to be Charlie Brooker. So, or so there's part of one of Charlie Brooker's old TV shows called, the show was Screen Wipe. It's all about television. It's a TV show about television. And there's this one, I can't remember the context, but he says, oh, but never mind, eh? Hooray for telly! Woo, yeah! Woo, hooray! Yeah, bloody telly! And then he's dancing, and there's some like flute, like jig, Irish jig music going on, which is very, very funny. I used to, way back before my YouTube channel was like a YouTube channel. It was just a thing I had signed up for, so I uploaded some videos. I made an edit of that video. So it was the clip of Charlie Brooker going, woo, yeah, woo, hooray, yeah, bloody telly. And I looped that. So it just went on and 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 on. Woo, yeah, woo, hooray, yeah, bloody telly, woo, yeah, woo, hooray, bloody telly, woo, yeah. Woo, hooray, yeah, bloody telly. Woo, yeah, you get it. So something I discovered in doing that was that's how funny works is, well, not all the time, but I guess one aspect of funny is something like that. You see it once, and then you see it twice, and you realise, oh, okay, it's looping. Then you see it a third time, and you go, okay, where's this going? And then it goes a fourth time, and you go, uh-huh. And it gets a fifth time, and a sixth time, and you're like, okay, this is just stupid now, what's going on? And it gets 7 and 8 times, and then I think around about 8 or 9 times, it starts being hilarious again, because you're like, what the fuck is happening? Why is it still going? Not everything works like that, but I found that's a pretty decent sort of experiment, I guess. Right there, yeah. So the thought of doing the Charlie go from Charlie Brooker to Charlie Brown, the Charlie Brown teacher voice. The idea of doing that for a whole fucking hour. It would be funny as well to do the art book segment like that as well. I say funny. It might not be that funny. It might not be funny at all. It probably wouldn't be. I think it would be funny for. So if I start off doing that, it would be like, oh, he's doing this funny voice, and if you get the reference, and it's like, oh, it's the teacher voice from Charlie Brown on his podcast. That's quite funny because you can't tell what he's saying, so it's sort of nonsensical, but it's quite funny in that sort of way. And then it would go on for like a minute, and you'd be like, what's he doing? What the fuck is going on? And then, I mean, and this is not necessarily the way it would go. And then if I carried on for more minutes and you were still watching somehow, if you had that little going on in your life, you might then go, he's still fucking doing the voice. And it would be funny again. But then that's another thing is the Charlie Brooker video I made. I didn't have any plan to like it'll be funny and then it'll be not funny and then it'll be funny again and then I have to cut it right at this point. I have to stop it right here and then it's fun. I just made the video because heard this funny. I was like maybe fucking 19 or something, 19 or 20. I put that together and I thought it was funny and that was what counts. And I showed it to a couple of friends and it was exactly like, what's this? This is, what's going on? So he's still going. Okay. Still going. He's still going. He's still going. Why is he still going? And then the video ends. I'm very lucky in the timing of that video. I might have to try and find the clip and then make the video again, just for the sake of the thing. But that's it, because if you get the funny, and then you get the not funny anymore, but then you carry on, stick through it, power through, to get the next funny, and it's still funny. Okay, it is funny. Then you have to know exactly when to stop the thing before it stops being funny. Like, I was thinking recently about... I've had a few in my life, and I've probably been one as well, actually. The people who... If you're in like a group of people and a joke happens, something funny gets said, a reference to something... and then everyone's laughing and it's funny. And then there's one person who doesn't quite get, like, maybe they're a bit socially awkward. They don't quite get like social cues and funny and whatever. Next time they see you, they'll reference the funny thing. Be like, hey, remember fucking egg salad sandwiches? Yeah, that was funny. And then your reaction to that person, usually a him, saying again will be like, haha, yeah, oh, that was funny. And then the next time you see the person, they'll bring it up again. They'll be like, hey, you would remember egg salad sandwich. I say egg salad sandwich is the first thing I thought of. I don't know. I don't even like egg salad sandwich. I don't even know what egg salad is. And then they just bring that up every time. And it's not quite the same as what I was just talking about, but it's a similar sort of thing of like, jokes have a shelf life which can be stretched out a little bit, but then if you're going to stretch it out, you've got to know when to just fucking kill it and decide, nope, it's been funny, it's had its funny, its funny life is now over, and I'm going to take it out back, put a shotgun to its head, pull the trigger, and throw it in the hole that I've had dug ready, just like my gran. See, it would have been like a dog, but I said my gran because it's funny to shoot old people when they've worn out their welcome. Which is, very, very soon. Oh, hi, everyone. Also, another issue. I say issue like that. I don't say issue. I say issue. Another issue with the whole do the Charlie Brown teacher voice for the whole podcast is there's been times, if you're a regular obsessive person who for some reason has listened to every single one of my podcasts, you may remember, the only one I can really bring to mind right now, there may be other examples, is the British reporter voice, talking like this for the entirety of the episode. AIDS in Baghdad. The insurgents in Baghdad were in Baghdad and they had AIDS. Over to Ewan with the latest report. Thank you, Ewan. Now, as Ewan was saying, I'm drawing a girl in a dress. Also a girl out of a dress. The same girl, the same dress. One on, one presumably off. So I did that at the start of an episode. The idea would be do the entire episode like that. Almost, it would be kind of funny, but also it might annoy people. And that's primarily, I think that was my thinking, was just annoy people because it would be funny. But also it's like, it's fun to do something, you know, even if it's a little bit different, just something, you know. I did the porn one. I thought that was quite funny. I don't know. I've not had the main reaction I got to that one actually was actually a really funny reaction, which was I was trying to show a friend your video, and then this comes on, and it's yeah, suck it, that's it, yeah, suck my clit, because it was a big lesbian orgy I was watching, so it wasn't like fuck my pussy. It was, suck my clit, and you got such delicious tits, girl. Girlfriend, other girl involved in this scenario. That was quite funny, and I mean, I didn't really have to do anything. That's the benefit of that one, is I just have the porn video playing whilst I'm doing the podcast. I don't have to do a voice or something. If I was trying to make porn noises for the entire thing, you know, I'd get tired. I'd get more tired doing that than I would if I was actually like involved in porn. Because talking for a while's hard. Or something, I don't know. Jesus. There you go. There's a topic for discussion. Religion. Some controversy there. They say... No, I'm not even going to... There you go. There's how to fucking take all the fucking wind out of the balloon of discussion. Talk about religion. Oh, that's exciting, isn't it? Let's have a discussion about bloody religion. Ugh. Fuck you. So I'm drawing a girl in a dress. Why is she wearing the dress, and where did she get it? More on that later. They don't say later like that. They say more on that later. I just said it the same. More on that later. For now, here's Higgledy-Piggledy-Boo with the Shmimini Shmoo news. Hi, I'm Higgledy-Piggledy-Boo with the Shmimini Shmoo news. No news in Shmimini Shmoo today. It's all good. There's no news, nothing new happening with the Shmiminis or the Shmoos, and it's all very good. They all drank lemonade. The end. Eat my shit and suck my ball bag. Punch me in the penis for £50. Hi. Torture my cock and balls. I'll pay you. So I'm drawing a girl in a... You may know I've been sort of unintentionally doing a little series of girl in dress drawings. I like girls. Sometimes, you know. I like the idea of girls more than I actually like spending time with them or anything, because, you know, me. And I like dresses. I can't say I like or dislike wearing dresses, because honestly, I've never tried. In Baghdad. I've never tried wearing it. I might enjoy it. And I'm not going to be like, do you know my ex? This isn't. I mean, I highly doubt she watches this shit. If she does, hi. I assume you're doing really well, and I'm glad. But also, why are you? What? I assume she's just not forgotten about me, but like, she doesn't need to think about me anymore. She's doing her own stuff. She's like, I think she's married, probably by now has a kid on the way. Not to say she will have, but she may well have a kid on the way. Or she might already have kids. I don't. Point is, after we'd broken up, we were hanging out because we were basically each other's only friends at the time. So we hung out and we still got on. We broke up on good terms. We were hanging out. It was cool, whatever. And then we'd go shopping. You know, she'd go shopping for clothes, and then I would be there as well because I don't have anything better to do. Oh God, where is this going? Okay, and then so I'd be like looking at, you know, dresses and clothes and stuff as she's looking around, going, "Oh, this is nice," and she'd say, it sounded quite serious when she said it. She was like, "Oh God, you're not going to turn into a gay now and be like women wearing women's clothes and stuff, are you? Well, now that we've broken up, I guess you can. Oh, you're going to turn gay." And you know, then I was like, "No, I was being silly." Ooh. But now, you know, since then, I've sort of, I guess, come out as whatever I am, bi or whatever. Because back then, you know, I was like involved in like church-based things, and it was all very, you don't be gay. They don't accept that. But yeah, so she was quite not, and you know, I'm not saying this to badmouth her. I'm just saying this is something that happened, and this is my feelings on it. But yeah, she was very sort of like, "Oh God, you're not be gay, are you?" And you know, that's not very nice. Because what if I was harbouring sort of like, and you know, I arguably was. I always have been whatever I am, you know, bi or whatever it is. So I was at that time, even when I was with her, I was bi, but you don't mention it. And then for her to go, "Oh God, you know, we end up going gay, are you?" And I was like, "Well, yeah, no, but what if I was? Is that so fucking bad?" And I don't consider her a homophobe or anything. It's just the way she was raised, and you know, her beliefs and whatever. Very Christian, and it's this way or no way. So it's whatever. But that's really. I had no intention of bringing any of that up. It's whatever. I don't like to speak about my exes because they're all fucking cunts. Fuck yeah, fucking hilarious. Let's take a look at an up. This is Starling by Ashley Wood. I have shown this. I know I'm just showing books I've already shown, but I was looking through a pile of stuff to find some envelopes, and this was also in that pile, and I saw it and thought I'd like to look through that again because I've not looked through it properly in a while. So he did a bunch of smaller books called Sparrow. I should have some around. I can't get to them. There we go. He had his own art in them, but he also he'd like made them by other artists. Phil Hale. These are my only Phil Hale art books currently. We've seen those. So Sparrow, Swallow, Starling, Swallow, Sparrow. I think he did have a book called Swallow. Swallow. So birds. That's quite a cool theme for him to have of book names. Ashley Wood, number. Just some paintings, slightly more recent, I guess. 2015. So I guess not that recent, but more recent than some other stuff. And whatever, it's Ashley Wood. Ashley Wood's fucking good, isn't he? I like how dirty and abstract he gets while still painting recognisable. So skirt, legs, robot head. That's his like Cyclops robot head thing. Is that the Nabla that he has, his character thing, I think? Girl touching herself in a car, I guess. Something like that. Nylons. Very sick. There's a lot of like sexy paintings in this book, I remember. That looks to me like a girl in a dress riding someone. That's a girl bent over with someone stood behind her, putting their dick inside of her. Like, that's almost completely abstract. That's like, but it's still, it's good, man. It's good. Not, and again, I think that's the Nabla robot watching on. Oh, and that's the Nabla robot. His eye. There you go. There's his eye, and like his head, his dome head. As I understand it, the Nabla robot is like a pervert. There you go. Oh hi, looking at the legs. Look at that, he does what I do. Who did it first? Who knew? Kunstler Wood. 2014. Yeah, man. It's so... It's messy, but it's where he puts the light. That's the real sort of gem. It's what he does with light. Because it's all for nothing. You can paint all the detail in the world, but if you don't do the lighting right, it's going to look like garbage. It's got just sort of the lights where you need them to bring out the shapes in the bot. And obviously there and there, and a little lighter here than it is here. It's good shit. You like his Astro Girl, whatever. Keep an eye on the W, the signature, because I got something coming up about that. I think I've already said. One girl fingering another, the bot watching. I obviously do feel some kind of kinship with Ashley Wood. A pervert myself. Really, Ewan? I never would have thought such a thing. I don't know what you are talking about. Messy, 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 but cool nonetheless. It's still got volume. The chair is like, you can see the thickness of the cushion of the chair and shit. That's not an easy thing to do. Bit of pussy. That's cool. Oh. Like a nice summer's morning on the bed with your bum out. Nice shoes and legs. Isn't that nice? That's almost like, doesn't look like an Ashley Wood painting. It's too sort of bright and cheerful in tone. You know, a lot of his stuff is, you know, all browns and mucky and stuff. And then there's that. Oh, it's quite nice. Actually, you could look at that for a while and not really realise what it actually is. And this helps. Nabla. Shoes, the bum. Slightly more illustrative pieces. They look like they've got drawings underneath. So these look like paintings where he's just put paint on canvas, whereas these are like marker drawings with paint on top of them. Really, really cool though. I think similarly to like Mignola, it almost looks so simplistic and fairly basic. Like, it's broad brush strokes. There's not a lot of detail necessarily. She doesn't really have fingers. She has her hands shaped as fingers might be, but it's just like almost like fins or flippers or something. But in terms of design, composition, lighting, understanding the medium you're using and how to apply it, that's where the genius comes in. As some drawings. Neat. Oh, this stuff's cool. I love the way he paints like soldiers and things in his war robots. Chucking a grenade. I love how like chunky they are, all the stuff on them. Just big chunky fuckers. The robot with a cannon on its head and its arm. I love that. Pouches, pouches, pouches. Robots and soldiers. Like, I'm not into like military stuff in general, military art or just the military. But you know, when it's a good painting, it's a good painting. And I have seen, you know, military paintings that like I have liked. I think these are some of my favourites, probably just because they're Ashley Wood, so I'm gonna like whatever he fucking does. Some more good shit. I really like the composition. It's all going on here, but sort of leaks into there. That's almost like a Bill Watterson, Calvin and Hobbes snow scene, isn't it? With the branches coming out of the snow there. Messy, messy, messy. Few more layers, paying attention to some details. Still keeping it thick and rough. But the lighting, man, on the robot is insane. There's like maybe 3 or 4 layers of tone, but like, I don't know, it's a really good sense of like metal and shape on the shoulder pads and stuff. These are cool to see. Obviously, marker pen drawings, and we love little paintings of people. Yeah, marker pen drawings with some paint applied. Like, I'd be happy if I could make an entire comic that looked like this. And have everyone say, oh, you're just copying Ashley Wood. Well, at the moment, I'm just copying Simon Bisley, so who is it going to be? One or the other? Some more pervert paintings. I think, you know, it's not my place to... I don't know where these fucking, like, there's fucking indentations have come from. It's not my place to say, but it may be that, like, the Nabla robot is a self-insert character for Ashley Wood, perving on all the women. But yeah, they might not be. It might be... I don't consider myself one to do that, to read into stuff, to go, oh, the robot is him and he's looking in on all these women. It might just be, oh, I'm going to paint a little robot head that pervs on all the women. Because that's cool too. Why not do that? You know? I don't fucking care, ultimately. It's whatever. Feet. Oh, there's a lot of feet in this one, isn't there? A lot. Hot, sexy feet and shoes. He did a whole series. Well, he did like a sculpture of this, basically. Quite stylized, but it was basically this in that type of shoe. And then a whole load of those sculptures all painted differently. Some with like characters and things painted onto them. Some just painted colours and whatever. That was quite a neat thing. He's got them named. Bethany 5, Alexandria, Melinda, Ella. Yeah, he's obviously got a foot thing, hasn't he? Here, pussy, pussy. Oh, what's that pussy? I do like these drawings. I think he uses like a calligraphy pen. If I have one to hand, I do. Yeah, where it's like a wedge tip, kind of. So you can get a broad stroke and then a thin stroke. That's what I assume he uses, because of like lines like this look like it's the calligraphy pen at an angle doing all that, which is good because he makes use of it. Thicker lines and thinner lines, and then the tone dots in there as well. Abstract shit. Girl leg. Oh, is that all part of the... Yeah, I see. That's her face. That's her shoulder, elbow, wrist, hand in an astronaut suit. There. Astronaut girl, and then robot and other girl. Just a bit of light on the legs there. That's all you need. It's good shit. Zombies. Oh, that's a great pose. Fuck. See, that's the sort of shit I want to be doing. If like a guy having just gotten shot and hitting the ground, his legs all like this. I have to steal these poses, man. Kicking a zombie's head. The simplest, like it's not the best painting in the world, but it's really fucking good. It's a good use of like colour and light, I guess, and contrast. The cloud there, and then that's almost a silhouette against the cloud, and it's a really strong silhouette shape and it's got movement with the bag and everything, with the head. It just shows a lot of, sensibility of painting and shit. And obviously Ashley Wood knows how to paint. That's what he does. But his Astro Boy paintings, I've only seen a few, but the ones I have seen are really cool. Look at that. For lighting, under lighting, because obviously he's blasting off. And that's really cool, the fade. I mean, it might not be, but I assume there's a couple of different tones in there, but it's mostly paint on the brush and then one stroke until the paint runs out, or maybe quicker here. But yeah, like the cloud of smoke and fire under him, lighting him from underneath, so the lighting underneath is just spot on, man. And this big machine, whatever it is. Dark Zoom Pilot. Nice, yeah, man. I've got loads of Ashley Wood books, I guess. Which is why I think if people say who's your favourite artist, my go-to is probably Ashley Wood. But then, no, well, it's Glenn Fabry and Ashley Wood and Simon Bisley and Jim Murray. And fucking all of them. I don't know. Oh, fuck. All right, tits are cool and all, I guess. Tits are cool and all. But what else have you been working on, Ewan? Well, funny you should ask. There's Gun Viking. If you've not seen it on my Patreon, fucking look at it on my Patreon. And if you have seen it, then you're going to see it again. Let's zoom in. Ooh, the other way. Cool, that works. Right, I'm going to rush through issue 4 currently. Is that in frame? Yes. 2 days later, I know I've gone through this already again and again, but I do it for myself as much as I do it to show, because I could show the new pages, but I prefer to show the new pages in context, yeah? In context, yeah? Fucking... Oh, let me get a sip of my Dr. Pepper. Oh, delicious. I do like a good Dr. Pepper. 2 days later, we found them outside the walls. Oh my god. The Viking. Earlier that day, oh my god, I can't believe we're finally here. It's terrifying. Oh, that's Ewan. How do we get in? There must be a wall, or a door, or we could tunnel. How about we try and knock in on the fucking door? Back to now. And then you're the Viking, the invincible, powerful Viking. My men think you're a god, but I know you're just a man. But who are you? What kind of man are you? Let's have a look. Zoom, shing, swing, whoosh. Flashback. Smoke, fire, houses on fire, village on fire. Pillaged, raped, and chopped up and burned and shit. Oh no. Oh my god, I can't believe what my little young eyes are seeing. I'll run away. Who's running away? Get that fucking little shit. No, you'll never catch me. I'm running away. I'm the criminal. I'm running. Something's falling out the sky. Poosh. Poosh. Whoosh. Holy shit, what was that? Let me go and have a look. It seems to be close. There's something in the tree. Do. What the fuck is that? This glow. What is all of that? That's a thing. What is the thing? This. I don't know what the fuck this is. Hey, there's that little shit. Get him. Oh my god, what's happening? Oh no, I'm gonna die. Squeeze. We're dead now. Oh my god, what happened? I don't know. Gun Viking. It's the same person. Haha, you're not even a man, you're just a boy, a scared little boy. You ran away, your mum dead, your dad dead, and you ran away like a little bitch. You couldn't save them. Grrr, jump, sleep, slunk, thud, thud. Thud, thud. Oh my god, what? Hands? Oh, he chopped off my fucking hands. Oh my god. Yes. Look at you now, you invincible god Viking. Oh, I quite like this actually. I'm really quite happy with that. This is quite good. That's not centered, which bugs me, but whatever. These pages done smaller because it's easier to paint small and quicker, which is the thing. Oh my god, is Gun Viking dead? I can't believe it. Let me grab this body up. Yeah, toss the body in the fire. Do what you want with the girl. Yeah. Sir, but the thing is, what? Huh? He stood up. He's up. Oh my God, what's happening? Grrr, he's mad. Grrr, grrr. He's tensing his arms, all veins and shit. Ooh. There's small pages, all right. That's fine. His arms are. There's shit going on. Tendons and veins and skin stretching and coming out and popping. And there's shit coming out. There's metal coming out of his arm and there's blood and veins going everywhere, out and around it. And a bosh, snap, pop, crick, snitch, stretch, career, purr, kapow, scunch, gone, blanche, scubby, stish. He's got gun arms. He had fucking no arms, no arms, and now he's got fucking gun arms, bro. My fucking God. So that's where we're at. So I got these pages done the other day. It's taken me so long to come up with these pages. I don't know. I can't explain why exactly, but it's just taken a fucking age. I'm not happy about it, but it's whatever. I think I've said before, most of the time the images I have in my head of things to draw are all moving images. So it can be really hard to like pinpoint a fucking where to freeze it and draw. So especially for something like this, because I can just about picture, you've probably seen similar things in animation and video games or whatever, of an arm, a stump, like with flesh coming out of it, and then like shit going around the bone and things coming out, it forming into a gun, but then it's like, how do you break that into 4 separate pieces and then draw them and then make it work as a thing? It's like, it's tricky. So that's why it's taken me so long to get to this point, because just trying to visualize and then put on to paper. I did like 3 or 4, maybe even more than that, loose drawings of this, trying to figure out what the fuck's going on. And finally I sat down like, okay, whatever. I had this whole idea of bones coming out and then the bones fusing together and changing colour and moulding into a gun. But I couldn't make that work unless it was like 10 panels. And each of these, obviously they're small, like I say, they're small for time constraints, and it's just easier to paint something this big than a full page of that, because it's just almost silly. Plus, I kind of like smaller paintings being blown up bigger. I quite like that. It's quite cool. So these will all be a full page, each of these. A full page. So you'll be flipping through the comic. This is a page, flip the page, and it's that as a one whole page, and then that's one whole page. That's one whole page, one whole page, whole page, whole page. A whole page, which is from the start is what I wanted it Gun Viking to be, was a lot of splash pages or splash panels, or just full page pieces of artwork or whatever showing what's happening. So I managed to. I'm not 100% happy with it, with these panels, but I figure whatever. Something happening with his arm here. Gun bits come out and there's blood everywhere. More gun bits come out of the side and it's whooshing and cracking. I've got sound effects over here if you see it on my Patreon. The page is up. And then it's like... so the flesh is all tearing and forming. Tearing and tearing and forming and forming. Then it's all wrapping around the gun that's come out. And now here it's mostly blended with the gun. So that's sort of where I went. Rather than bones coming out, fusing together, forming into a gun. I've just gone... metal's coming out of his arm, it's a gun, and the flesh is sort of working its way around and then into the metal of the gun. And now he's got 2 gun arms. And that's where we're at. And that is 20 pages. That's 20 pages. That's the length of the previous issues. I've still got, I think, 8 or 10 pages left in my head to finish the story. And because it's all going into one book, I figure I can add as many pages as I want. Obviously, printing costs or whatever, but assuming I sell enough copies, it's fine to have extra pages. So it will be about 28, 30 pages. So the next page, I have just about described before. It's going to be 2 pages of gun Vikings shooting motherfuckers, all these bitches in the back. And then, so 2 pages, each with 2 big panels of him shooting and people getting shot. And then another panel almost mirroring this one, where here he's up and ready for action. And then the following page from these will be him having shot everyone. He'll have his arms down, breathing heavily, surrounded by blood and spent shells, smoke coming off of his gun arms. So it's like ready for action, and then having done action, and then the story will move on slightly from there. So that's where I'm at now. Progress is being made. Like I say, it's taken me quite a while to get just those 4 pages conceptualized and then done. But we're getting there. We're getting there. I think the next 2 pages, I should be able to have this 1 page done tonight, hopefully Thursday night, because I've got the idea here. It's messy, but you'll get it. So I can get that page done. There's not too much going on in this panel. That one might take a while, and then the next page, hopefully I can get done tomorrow. And then the next few pages shouldn't take long, and it's going to end on a big double page spread, which hopefully will look good, but we'll see. But I figured, you can see, like, I had this idea and I'd managed to get it more or less how I wanted it, and then trying to figure out, so this is Gun Viking shooting. We've got his guns here, gun arms. And another one here. Obviously this is rough, and then I'll trace this and make it neat and tidy. Gritted teeth. Legs. I want to stretch the anatomy and stuff more. I think I always wanted to do that. But then as soon as I'm actually painting it and I start stretching the anatomy and stuff, I'm like, no, it needs to look better. It needs to look more realistic, which is silly. I need to sort of get over that, I guess. But I don't know, I'll figure it out. The muzzle flare, is that what they call it? Muzzle flash. Should have a thing there. So yeah, you can see what's going on just about there. His little shorts. So I'm quite happy with that. It's not too. Maybe this should be more front facing. Maybe I'll work on that a little bit. And then guy running away. There, the guy looking surprised there, going, oh my god, what's happening, what's going on? Just shocked faces. Oh no. And shells, lots and lots of shells. I want to go over the top with shells. I might just draw hundreds and hundreds of them. Because that's the whole point, isn't it? It's Gun Viking. It's got to end with, guns and shit. Right, now this is going to be tricky. I did have this sort of mapped out. That's a head. I had it first, him shooting that way, and then the bullets coming from this direction. But I have him shooting this way, and then have the bullets coming from this way. So it's like a back and forth, shoulder and back of the guy. And his eye's going to be coming out. He's getting shot in the head, and he'll have teeth coming out there. Maybe his hand going like backwards, and his other hand there. And then this guy getting like his head flying, snapping back. as he gets shot with blood coming out there. His leather pants. I was going to do some legs here. Just trying to sort of like fill in the spaces. Body there, so that would be the floor, I guess. A marker for where the floor is. Yeah, that could work. And then this would be, I don't know, like a guy getting shot in the neck. Maybe his head's off. That's quite good. I've done that a couple of times already, but fuck it, do it some more. His hand behind him as he gets shot. And then like lines of bullets going past and between them through his arm. And I'll try to. There's a thing in comics called tangents, which is, I mean, if you're aware of it, cool. If you know, sorry to explain shit that you already know, but if you're not aware of it, a quick note on that is a tangent is when two lines, sort of, or two objects or lines meet, where it looks a bit weird. It looks like two things are connected where they shouldn't be. So a tangent here might be. If I have like a bullet line, like if this guy's arm is here, that's his elbow, and his wrist and his hand. If a bullet line like went like this and lined up with that, like that's a tangent. That it looks a bit weird. It follows the line of bullets quite nicely, but when you're doing that kind of stuff, it's like with the legs here. I can just about fit the leg into this space. So there's no tangents there because it all sort of fits together almost like a puzzle, which is what I try. It was one of the few things I try to keep in mind. Usually when I'm doing comics, I'm just like, draw shit on page, get it done. Like with the arm turning into a gun arm, ultimately I had to just get it done. I was just like, fucking, it's been too long, just get the fucking pages done. This is cool, it's good enough, get the idea. That's my usual thing, but sometimes I do think, okay, now this is happening, the bodies are moving around each other, try not to have tangents, don't have the bodies look like they're going into each other, actually try to layer them, have them look like they're behind and in front of one another, and the bullet lines, try to have them sort of like between the thigh there and the wrist, so that's not going through any joints or major, body parts. So that works. So I think maybe I have to twist that guy a little bit more. That foot there, not that big, but some lines for the floor. I think that should work for people getting shot. Him shooting, people getting shot. That'll be the next. That'll be the next page. Obviously, lots to do to make it proper, but that's fucking getting here, isn't it? I think that'd be quite a fun one to paint as well. It's been a while since I've actually drawn gunning and Vikinging. This whole issue, he's just been sort of not sat there doing nothing. Obviously, he jumped up and then got his arms cut off, but there's not much action happening. A large part of it is the flashback, where I guess there is a gun fired, and it is Gun Viking, but a younger version of him. But yeah, this happens, and then he sees the big bad guy, and the big bad guy's like, "Oh shit! Well, look at you. Maybe I was too quick to dismiss the idea of you as a god. Look at you growing guns out of your arm. I don't know what a gun is, because we live in essentially medieval times, so I have no concept of this term gun. I don't know how I used that word, gun. But we'll get you, Mr. Viking man." And then Gun Viking, do I give it away? Spoilers, I guess, for here. Do I? No, I won't give it away. I'll leave it for now. I'm sure I'll give it away closer to the time. But I've got a page. So these, I've just about figured out the next 2 pages as well, of how I want imposed in the next 2 pages. This one will be quite good. Let's see if I can, just because trying to, I've said before, with where I've like not directly tried to copy Simon Bisley paintings, but like I've done very similar paintings in terms of like the poses used and stuff. Because you can say, you know, draw or paint gun Viking shooting people, which is cool, but then it's like, how many times can you draw him shooting and still make it look interesting, or try to anyway? So the pose I've got for this one, I sort of happened upon it. I didn't necessarily intend to. So he's got his head down. So I guess if this is the box of his head, it's the top here. And then this is his shoulders. So he's got his arms sort of like down and inwards a little bit. The gun barrels here. Gun barrels here. The legs might need to be a little bit sort of spread out. Something like that. That's not final. I will obviously make it look as much better as I can. And this is usually how it goes for, you know, conceptualizing poses and shit. Chest, stomach, crotch. Oh, that could work. Especially because here, his leg's going out quite far here. So then the next panel, I should be able to work it out. This is a 2-page spread. So then the panel adjacent here would be this one. So I could have him mirror that with his leg going out there. Shooting fuckers. And then, oh no, this is going to be the 4th panel. So this will be the bottom one. And the one above that, I'm thinking of, I might be a bit tricky. I might have to turn him, oh no, I don't want to turn him around. Well, so I've got the idea of having it from behind Gun Viking. I've done a few like that before. I don't want to use the thicker pen because I'm going to trace these lines, and if I use thicker pen on here, I'll ruin it. But I could try and show you here. So that's him from behind. This is back, spine, shoulders, head, horns, shoulder, bicep, forearm, gun, the magazine and the sight and whatever bits, and then his other arm sort of outwards. That shoot, and then more people getting shot. Oh, that's right. Yeah, I was going to do like a big sort of like explodey sort of thing of a few bodies all being blown to pieces, heads and arms and stuff. Oh, and that's right. And then here I was going to do guts and hearts and hands and eyes and stuff, all sort of like flying at him and over him while he shoots. And then one splash page of him, arms down here, spent. This will all be in shadow probably, as he's like, maybe I'll show his teeth, his gun arms hanging. I need to work on the legs a little bit. Oh, something like that. That should work. Yeah, smoke coming up, shells and body parts everywhere. Bit of a background. And that'll be that. It's quite a bit to do, but at the same time, we're making moves, we're getting there. and